Okay, this is one of my favorite books, and I'm going to tell you my favorite part in it, which answers a question that I often get asked, which is how long does a habit take to form? How long does it take for me to start running and to start running on a regular basis so that it's just part of my routine? I don't need to think about it. That's where we all want to get positive habits, whether it's a fitness goal in the gym, or whether it's a running goal, or whether you're trying to, break a 5K time or marathon, whatever it is. That's where you want to get your habits so that it's automatic. And it's not about, the key is that it's not about the duration. And this chapter in Atomic Habits by James Clear, chapter 11, walk slowly but never backwards. And the key to it is, when it asks the question, how long does it actually take to form a new habit? It's about the frequency. It's about the frequency that you do the activity, not the duration of time. So if you say, okay, it takes me a year to form a habit, but you only run twice, the habit is not formed. Whereas if you take 20 days and you get up and you run super slow or you walk, but you put in your kit on and you put in that ritual into your life, your habit will form so much more fast. So it's about the frequency, not the duration of time. So how long does a habit take to form? It's all about the frequency. It's all about how many times. And then it goes on to tell you in this chapter that there is a secret, a little trick of a 2-minute habit. If you can grab something in your morning routine, and I'll always advocate this, it's so much easier to build a habit first thing you wake up. Unless you've got babies hanging around and children running around the house, I get that that gets more complicated. But if you can put the habit right at the start of the day, that nothing can interfere with it, and so that no excuses get in the way of your fitness regime, which should be the most important thing, but well up there in terms of health benefits, life benefits, etc., confidence benefits. If you can put that at the start of the day, it's going to be way more effective than later on in the day when you're tired after work, lots of excuses, meetings you get pulled into. Oh, just be on this Zoom meeting. Oh, I wanted to go and run, but I should really be on this. If you do it first thing in the morning, and that initial ritual is as simple as laying your kit out the night before. I talk about this a lot, but laying your kit out the night before just removes that resistance, removes that friction resistance for you actually, okay, what am I gonna wear when I go out for a run? If that's already chosen the night before, when you're in a sleepy phase, so that in the morning that you see that kit before you see anything else, it's like put on your kit, grab your water, go. That is how you start the habit. And whether you're just starting running this year, 2024, or whether you're trying to kind of get back into it after a time away, or whether you're trying to, and this is the most difficult, you're already running a little bit, but you're running every time you remember it. Most people are kind of like, okay, maybe I go to the club on a Tuesday night and run, maybe I go on a Thursday night, or maybe I race now and then on a Saturday when I feel like it, when my friends are doing it, but now you want to be more consistent with your running so that it has bigger and better health benefits. That's a habit that you really need to change, and you really need to act as if you're just getting started, because you need to be the person who is every single day, doesn't matter what day of the week it is, weekend or weekday, you're getting up, you've got your kit already there, you're drinking water and you're out the door before you can even think about it. There's a great paragraph, a couple of paragraphs in here about one of the world's greatest dancers who lived in New York, and great dancer, great choreographer, and her ritual was she would wake up in the morning, her kit was already laid out, she'd put on the leg warmers, everything you wear for that kind of dancing, but she'd hail a cab, and then when she told the taxi driver, take me to this gym on 91st Street, that was her ritual, because from then it was on automatic. And so for her to get to that point from waking up, drinking water, putting the kit on, getting into the cab and telling the taxi driver exactly where she wanted to go, that was the only ritual that she needed in order to make the rest of the day perfect. Because if you think about it, a habit is like taking an off-ramp on a motorway or on a highway. Once you've taken that off highway, like you've put your shoes on and you're about to go running, the next 30 minutes, hour or few hours is taken care of. Once she gets in that cab and she says, take me to 91st Street to my gym, the next few hours are taken care of. So all you need to do is to make that ritual, take me to 91st Street, or put on your shoes, put on your kit in order to get to, Jesus, Mary and Joseph, that's a loud motorbike. All you need to do is to make that as simple as possible and as short as possible, as friction-proof, as least friction as possible, path of least resistance in order to say, right, okay, this is actually happening, and therefore, once you've decided, and once it's in there as a habit, the next few hours is taken care of. And that's gonna have positive effects throughout your day in terms of your running, your fitness goal, your body fat loss, your body mass increase, positive body muscle mass, and it's also gonna have positive effects on your career just by having that ritual in place that you've set your kit off. So what I would say to you is, if you're getting into running, or if you're trying to get back into running and make it more consistent in your day-to-day schedule, don't run for more than 20 minutes. Don't run for more than 10 minutes if you're just getting started. So make it as simple as possible so there's no deterrent for you to wake up and say, right, I'm only running for 10 minutes, I'm only running for 20 minutes, I'm only walking for 10 or 20 minutes. And therefore, there should be no resistance. It should be a case of put your shoes on, put your kit on, ready to go. Make it as simple for yourself as possible, and therefore you're not gonna miss it as much. It's gonna be more and more frequent, which is the key to forming a habit, not the duration of how long does it take to form a habit, how many times do I need to do it before it actually sticks as a habit, as a positive habit in my life, then you're laughing. Okay, enjoy, and let me know, is there any habits that you struggle with? You can also re-engineer bad habits, make them as difficult as possible to do. For example, if you're the type of person who finds themselves wasting 3, 4, 5 hours at night watching TV, put the remote control away from you, well away from you. So if you sit on the sofa and that's your default setting, once you get home from work, put your remote in another room, put it in a drawer in another room, make it as far away, take the batteries out of the remote if you possibly can. Ideally, throw the TV out of the window. That's the best possible method. That's gonna stop you watching TV. So you can put things in place that make it more and more difficult to waste your time. Scrolling on your phone. Have some kind of reward in place that rewards you for not being on your phone so much, or in the opposite way, is a deterrent for you being on your phone so much. You can put things in place like that. All sorts of kind of habit-forming apps that you could put in place. But the simple thing, if you get one thing from this video, is it's the frequency. And so if it's the frequency, make it as simple as possible for you to start that habit on a daily basis, and make it on a daily basis so it's your default mode that you get into. Look after your fitness first.